Okay guys, welcome to the third part po ng ating CHN drills for the board exam for tomorrow. So sunod-sunod na po natin ang mga discussions na ito. Let's go ahead and discuss. Bago tayo mag-proceed sa other topics, gusto ko na i-discuss ang primary healthcare worker in the community. Dalawa lang po yan. We have your intermediate workers and auxiliary workers. So intermediate workers po are blood professionals. This includes your doctors or physicians, your nurses, dentists, midwives, and other healthcare professionals that are working in the community. While auxiliary workers are the volunteer workers, this includes now your barangay health workers, barangay nutrition scholar, and your barangay nutrition action officers that are volunteers from the community or from the barangay. Kailangan din yung pong malaman ang tinatawag nating levels of healthcare. We have 3 levels of healthcare, guys. We have your primary, secondary, and tertiary. Pag sinabi natin primary, guys, these are the blue one. Yan po yung mga lalabas sa board exam. Rural health unit, community health hospital, health centers, private practitioners or clinic, and puericulture or your lying in. Nandyan din po ang pinaka-lowest, si barangay health station. Emergency hospitals, district hospitals, plus your provincial and city health clinics or hospitals are included naman po sa secondary, while your regional offices and your training centers would include under your tertiary level of healthcare facility, including the Department of Health and regional health offices. These are the levels of clientele and referral system in the community. Kailangan alam na alam nyo to before you take your board exam. Now, let's proceed na po. Discuss natin kanina before we end the last video about the family nursing care plan and community nursing care plan, the different activities in the community. Pag-usapan natin yung number 1, we have your clinic visit. Pag sinabi natin clinic visit, ito yung face-to-face interaction ng nurse sa kanyang client sa primary healthcare level of facility. So, primary healthcare level of facility, tulad nga ng barangay health station, clinic, or your centers, rural health unit, community health hospitals. Pag sinabi natin clinic visit, guys, there are 4 phases. Pre-consultation, ito na yung assessment at kukunin yung records ng pasyente. Kadalasan ginagawa ng mga volunteer workers, including the nurse and the midwives. Pre-consultation, nandito rin yung vital signs and physical assessment na gagawin natin. Pagkatapos po nun, at natik na natin ng history and chief complaint, i-refer natin yan for medical examination. Medical examination is done mostly by the doctor, but sometimes can also be done by nurses or midwives, depende po sa case ng pasyente. Pag ang pasyente po is merong case na protocol-based, ibig sabihin may susundan tayong guidelines or protocol, for example, IMCI and maternal and child health programs, pwede po natin yang i-assess as nurses and midwives. Pero kung hindi po siya pasok sa mga protocol na yun or category, we need to refer them to the doctor. For example po, pag ang bata pinunta sa clinic, 5 years old below, siya ay may ubot sipon at lagnat, pwede po natin siyang i-manage under your IMCI protocol. Pero pag ang bata may ubo, sipon, lagnat, parehas ng simptomas pero ang edad is 6 years old and above, ibig sabihin above 5 years old na po siya, hindi na po natin siya pwedeng i-handle, kailangan po natin i-refer yun sa physician. The third one is the nursing intervention after the examination of the doctor. Ipo-perform na natin yung mga nursing intervention necessary that should be done in the clinic, depende na po kung anong mga nursing interventions ito. And the last one is the post-consultation. Under the post-consultation, we will be providing health education, dispense the medication, and set for follow-up check-up. Yan po ang phases ng clinic visit. For the concepts of triaging sa clinic visit, ito po yung sinusundan natin. Meron tayong tinatawag na program-based. Program-based nga po is ito yung mga susundan natin, yung mga protocol or yung mga guidelines set under the program. For example, IMCI, Maternal and Child Health Nursing Program, and your BEMOC and SEMOC. Pero pag sinabi naman natin non-program based, ito naman yung mga hindi natin kayang i-manage. Walang programs na pwedeng sundan. That's why we need to refer them to the physician. Pangatlo naman po ang emergency cases. For emergency cases naman po, kailangan natin magbigay ng pangunang lunas or first aid before we refer them to the hospital or to the higher level of facility. In terms of referral system, refer patient if needs further management using following the two-way referral system. Ito po yung papel na dalawa. Yung isa may iwan sa hospital kung saan sa i-refer, yung isa ibabalik sa health center. At tandaan pa natin, pag tayo ay nag-refer, kailangan po nating sumama sa pasyente. Baka kung anong mangyari sa pasyente while tina-travel, hindi tayo makapagbigay ng first aid, that would be also in our hands. Okay? For the home visit naman po, the second activities, okay, for the home visit, this is done naman po sa bahay ng pasyente. A professional face-to-face contact made by the nurse to the clients and their home. And the main reason for this is to provide necessary nursing care to the family under their homes or health-related activities sa kanilang bahay. That is your home visit. Pag home visit naman po, may tatlong phases ito. Meron tayong preparatory, actual home visit, and post-home visit. Preparatory phase po, dito ginagawa natin yung review of records, binabasa natin yung mga defaulters, kung sino yung kailangan bisitahin, and before tayo umalis ng health center, kailangan natin i-prepare yung ating bag kung kumpleto ba yung laman at na-autoclave ba yung mga kailangan ma-autoclave. Actual home visit, yung pupunta na talaga tayo sa bahay ng mga pasyente, and post-home visit naman po kung saan magdo-document tayo and setting follow-up to the patient. The general steps or principles of your community your home visit are the following. We make use of the mnemonics PIT. For the PIT, planning should be done. It should have a purpose or objectives, and it should make use of available information, and there is no definite rule in the frequency of conducting home visit. Those are the principles. Pag sinabi naman po nating factors affecting the frequency of home visit, we will make use of the word APOPE. A, acceptance of the family. Kung hindi po kasi nila tanggap yung inyong pag-assess, wala po tayong magagawa, hindi tayo makakapag-move. Okay? Kaya dapat acceptable sa community yung gagawin natin. Aside from that, P, physical and psychological educational needs. Nakaka-apekto po rin mga yan. O is the other health agencies, kung sino pang other na nag-duty, policy of a given agency, and the last one is evaluation of past health services. Kung sa tingin natin, kailangan pa bumalik, then we need to go back. Pero kung sa tingin natin, na-achieve na natin yung ating goal, then there is no necessity to go back to the family. Okay, what are the general steps in the community? These are the steps in the community home visit. Greet the client, introduce self, explain purpose, look for the client and observe, determine health needs, put the bag in a conventional place, proceed to the bag technique, health education, documentation, and set appointment for the next visit. Tandaan po natin, ito lang po yung steps na nasa aklat. Wala po nakalagay na knock dyan, so huwag po tayo magsasagot ng wala sa aklat. Okay, next po, the procedures in the community. For the procedures po, ito mga ginagawa natin. Number 1 na po dyan, si bag technique. Again, pag sinabi natin bag technique, guys, we are referring to the process. Dito po yan, pag sinabi natin bag technique, a tool being utilized by the nurse with ease and deftness, convenience to save time and effort. Okay, the rationale of bag technique is to render nursing care or effective nursing care to the family. Yan po ang ating rationale ng bag technique. Ano yung mga konsepto na dapat nating tandaan? Meron tayong tinatawag na public health nursing bag. Public health nursing bag refers to the actual bag o yung tinatawag nating OB bag or CHN bag. It is an essential indispensable equipment, ang clue words natin, containing basic medications and articles. Containing basic medications and articles. Very important po sa concept ng PHN bag. Work field, paper lining, the inner surface of the Manila paper is the working field or ibig sabihin mas malinis. Principle, it should prevent or spread the infection. So, minimum po ng ating pagbubukas is 2 to 3 times lang po, okay, when performing bag technique. Point to consider, it should contain all the necessary articles kasi kung kulang, wala rin naman silbi yung ating bag. That is why during the preparatory phase, we need to check the completeness of the content of the bag. Okay, next po, another procedure na ginagawa natin is your heat and acetic acid test. Ginagawa natin ito to determine proteinuria, kadalasan sa mga pasyente na may pregnancy-induced hypertension. Pregnancy-induced hypertension, may 3 classical signs: proteinuria, edema, and hypertension. Drug of choice po to prevent eclamptic seizure is magnesium sulfate. You have to prepare calcium carbonate or calcium gluconate to prevent or to manage your magnesium toxicity. What is the drug of choice for PIH hypertension? The drug of choice is hydralazine. Tandaan po natin, magnesium sulfate is to prevent seizure, hydralazine is to control the blood pressure. Pag sinabi natin heat and acetic acid test, magkukolekt tayo ng ihi at yung ihi ay lalagyan natin ng acetic acid at paiinitin. Pag pinainit po yan at clear ang kulay, ibig sabihin negative po yun, the ihi is good, wala po siyang protein. Pero pag naging cloudy po yan, kailangan nating ulitin for the second one. At pag ang second one is cloudy pa rin, that's a time positive na po ang ating heat and acetic test. Ibig sabihin meron pong protein sa ihi ng pasyente, which will be an indicative of your pregnancy-induced hypertension. Yan po. Another procedure is your Benedict's test. Benedict's test naman po is to check for the glucose in the urine. Kadalasan ginagawa natin sa mga pasyente na buntis sa community. So basically, we are going to collect urine at magpapatak po tayo ng Benedict's solution. The urine will change into color depende po kung ano ang resulta. These are the possible results na pwede natin makita. So number 1, blue kapag wala naman pong glucose sa urine. Pag meron naman po na tayong nakitang glucose, green positive 1 po yan. Kapag naman po yellow, that's 2 positive. Orange is 3 positive. Brick red is 4 positive. Ibig sabihin, yun po yung pinakamalala. Madami nang nakaka-exit na glucose dun sa urine. Indicative na ang pasyente na buntis ay possible mayroong tinatawag na gestational diabetes mellitus. Kapag hindi po nyo nakita sa board exam ang Benedict's test at ang tanong is to check glucose in the urine, hanapin nyo po si Clini test. Si Clini test po is parang Benedict's test din. Kaso nga lang si Clini test ay gumagamit ng chart rather than the naked eye lang. Okay, that is the for the glucosuria. Another one po is your Rumpel-Leeds test. Si Rumpel-Leeds test naman po is a screening test na ginagamit natin to detect kung ang pasyente ay merong dengue. It's a screening test, not a confirmatory test po. So ginagawa po natin ito as screening test for dengue by counting 20 and above petechiae in the antecubital fossa area of the patient. Paano natin ginagawa ito? We will be using your sphygmomanometer. We will take the BP of the patient. We're going to add the systole plus the diastole divided by 2, and we're going to inflate that pressure for 5 minutes in the upper brachial area of the patient. Within 5 minutes, may makikita tayong petechia, more than 20, and that's a positive Rumpel-Leeds test. Ibig sabihin, the patient might have a probable dengue. Ulitin ko po, ang Rumpel-Leeds test is a screening test. Okay, it's not a confirmatory test. And this is also known as your Hermann's sign or the pathognomonic sign for dengue. Sana po maliwanag tayo dyan. Okay, we'll continue the next video po, the part 4 for the methodologies in the community.